you can't win a title with Ben Simmons as one of your top two players. And Simmons' disappearing act against Atlanta sealed his fate. And the fact that he was so spooked and didn't attempt the layup down to fourth quarter, game 7 against Atlanta, it's inexplicable. And as we said, in real time on Time to Shine, it marked the unofficial end for Ben Simmons in Philly. He could never play again for the 76ers. And this is important perspective and backdrop to the news of the day that Ben Simmons has, in fact, demanded a trade. And he wants out, and this is a total mess, top to bottom. The Sixers want him out, but Daryl Morey, who's been in Philly for a hot minute, wants and expects equal value. He's going to have to get over that. Getting rid of Simmons and his terrible practice habits and his refusal to work on his outside shot, it's officially, when they make the trade, addition by subtraction. Simmons cannot function in Philly. Now, Joel Embiid took to Twitter today to debunk a report that a rift between the center and the guard was at the core of the trade request. And listen, put me on Team JoJo here. I think Simmons wants out, not because of Embiid, because frankly, Ben Simmons can't take the heat, and frankly, he can't take a shot, and he can't make a shot even if he would take the shot. I'm actually stunned that he's still currently in Philadelphia. I thought, and it made sense, he would have been gone by the NBA draft. And at this stage, maybe it's the Warriors, or maybe it's the Kings, or the Timberwolves, or Dallas. You got to trade him to one of those teams. And with Simmons' bloated salary and ego, and a game that doesn't match, it is officially impossible to get equal value, or maybe even anything really legit in return. It's a mess top to bottom. It started with the process, which never was a process. It's come full circle. And the insanity. Don't trade Ben Simmons because he's begging for it. Trade Ben Simmons because you can't, at the end of the day, he can't handle Philadelphia, and you, as a team, are better off without him. Well, it is nice to finally see and hear this from Brian Flores after the inexplicable flirtations with the toxic Deshaun Watson. The Miami Dolphins absolutely have a quarterback in my guy Tua Tagovailoa. I expect Tua to play very strong football this season, especially now that the Watson talk is rightly tabled. Tua can absolutely play. Look, I don't think his rookie season was all that bad. I thought his rookie season was typical. I think it was a normal rookie season. Now, he was very hard on himself when he was on my SiriusXM radio show this winter, and it made major news when he called his rookie season below average. But you see the numbers, you watch the games. I mean, it was normal. There were ups, there were downs. He was coming off of major surgery, going into a rookie year with no real offseason, no preseason games, in the middle of a pandemic. I think Tua Tagovailoa has a lot of great football in him, and I firmly believe he's going to live up to being a top pick in the NFL draft. Now, he's never going to be Justin Herbert, and Brian Flores in Miami got that part wrong. They should have, as we said, picked Herbert over Tua, but look, I believe in Tua, and the Herbert comparison, that ship has sailed, right? And while I'm very disappointed that they didn't get another and better running back for him in 2021, I would have drafted Najee Harris in the middle of the first round. Miami brilliantly improved the wide receiver position. I really expect Tua to be much better, to even out his play. I love Tua. I think he's going to be even more dominant. When he was good, he was solid. You didn't see him necessarily as great. I believe, go back to Alabama. He's going to be great as an NFL quarterback. I think he leads Miami to at least 10 wins this year. And he better, because I'm starting to think that I like Tua more than the Miami Dolphins do. And with so many big-name quarterbacks, and this is crazy, but it's true, already expected to be on the move next offseason, it's not an exaggeration to call 2021 a make-or-break season for Tua in Miami, as unfair as that sounds. Needless to say, Bill Belichick is keeping the reasoning to go with Mac Jones close to the vest. Well, Bill met the press today, and let's just say he has, you heard right there, he said absolutely positively nothing. This was Belichick to the next level in terms of press conferences that don't give you any inside information. But honestly, Bill didn't need to say anything. This was pretty obvious, and he referenced the reps. Mac Jones clearly beat out Cam Newton. I talked to Tom Curran today on my SiriusXM radio show. He's the best in the business covering the Patriots for NBC Sports in Boston. And he has been talking about this and writing about it on NBC Sports Boston's website. Mac Jones outplayed Cam Newton in every possible way. During practice, during the preseason games, he saw what I saw, and this is why we've been screaming since the draft, all during the month of August, on Monday before the announcement that Mac Jones was going to be the guy. I mean, if you expected Bill Belichick to stand up at his news conference today and explain in depth and detail all the reasons why he cut Cam Newton and made Mac Jones his starter, that was never going to happen. This was so clear to anyone who's objective from the eyeball test. Mac Jones is a first-round pick who was lights out during the preseason and during training camp. Cam Newton is shot and he's cooked. This is one of the easier decisions you'll ever make if you're Bill Belichick. And I think Mac Jones is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he's going to lead the New England Patriots to the playoffs this season. Buckle up, Buttercup. Needless to say, it's go time for Dak Prescott. And when you heard Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, when you watch Hard Knocks on HBO last night, you know that Dak is ready. He's ready physically. He's ready mentally. Dallas, by the way, claimed Will Greer as a backup quarterback. He was cut by Carolina, which signals that they're not going to be interested in Cam Newton, and they're going to get ready to rock and roll with Dak Prescott to start the season. And listen, they have a schedule that I think is easy to navigate, relatively speaking. And I think Dak Prescott, who, you know, in theory, after the injury last year, you would have liked him to take a hit, but you know, Dak with the weapons around him. Zeke is going to be one of the best running backs in the NFL again. They have a legit dominant big three at wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb's going to have a monster season. Prescott got his contract. He's in the right frame of mind. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I occasionally play one on television. Jerry says he's fine. Dak on Hard Knocks looks fine. He didn't need preseason action. Dak Prescott is going to have a monster season, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC East by multiple games. The calendar has officially flipped to September 1st, and the NL West is tighter than it's been all year. With the Dodgers win and the Giants lost last night, LA and San Francisco officially have the same number of wins this season. Now, the Giants are still in first place by percentage points since LA has one more loss on the year, but that's going to change. We said on Time to Shine yesterday, this will be known as the week where the Dodgers officially move ahead of San Francisco. And it's going to happen because the Dodgers are special. And San Francisco has overachieved all year. And now you're seeing it all come together at the same time. The Giants' bats were silent versus Milwaukee on the same night. Mookie Betts and the Dodgers once again showed off their unreal depth and talent at the plate. Walker Buehler shut down the Braves the same night that Johnny Cueto got roughed up by the Brew Crew. Dodgers are playing their best ball at the same time that San Francisco has predictably crashed back down to earth. And how sweet is this? The blood rivals will meet this Labor Day weekend. The Dodgers and Giants battling head-to-head for first place. I mean, this is what you live for. It's so great for baseball. And with the wild card round back to 9 innings in a win-or-go-home scenario, winning the division is once again officially everything. The Dodgers are making a statement. They finally caught San Francisco in wins. The next step is first place in the division. Then, of course, winning another World Series. Needless to say, good for Urban Meyer for speaking the truth there. Vaccination status is going to be a huge deal all season long. And it already is, without question, in the preseason with player availability. And it's going to be for the entire campaign. And honestly, I was disappointed in the Jacksonville Jaguars today, releasing a statement walking back those comments from Urban Meyer. So yes, of course you're going to consider whether or not someone's been vaccinated, and you should. From a sports perspective and sports conversation, it's an issue of availability. If it's going to increase the likelihood that a player is not available for practice or game day, you must consider vaccination status, especially for fringe players when you're cutting a roster, as Urban Meyer was talking about, down to 53, when you're talking about a fourth receiver, nickel corner, or special teams player, or a situational rusher. That's just how it is. So bravo, Urban Meyer. He's 100% right, and I wish the Jags didn't walk that back.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.